Hello, y'all, and welcome back to the channel. Marquita here, and today is actually Wednesday, April the. Let me check my good old Fitbit here. Wednesday, April 16th. Sorry about that, y'all. It's been a long day, but Wednesday, April 16th, and I went by Lowe's today to do a little bit more plant therapy, and I actually went yesterday as well, but I went to two different Lowe's. So today I went to the one that's closest to my house where I've been going on the past couple of times that I've done the recent plant hauls. They have been from the Lowe's closest to me, but I went to the one that's a little bit further out yesterday, and I picked up some new plants, and I also picked up some today. So I picked up two yesterday, and I picked up four. Yes, four today. So I'm going to share those with you now because I am going to repot them. So since I just picked them up, I'm going to go ahead and show you what I got, and I'll probably repot them sometime tonight because it's already like 10:30. But I will do that so I can sit them out and get them going. So let me start with the ones I got on Tuesday, which was yesterday, that I picked up from the Lowe's further out from me. And also, I just want to know, I know before I said that Lowe's, the selection was a little slim when I first started going, but now they are starting to get in more things. And I figured that would be the case as the weather got better. So they are still like a constant rotation. I would say definitely if you're looking for something specific or if you're just looking for more variety, just check back at least once a week and you should see some good things and some new things. So I might go back to the one that was further out just because I think um, they may have had a couple things that the one closest to me didn't, but both of them had a very good variety, very well stocked, and different things than what they had before. So I would definitely recommend checking back at least once a week if you are looking for more variety or more things to add to your garden. So starting with the ones I picked up yesterday, I got some Italian oregano. Go, got one here, and it doesn't really have too much of a strong smell, at least not right now. Now I smell it. When I rub my hands on it, it smells just like a seasoning. Reminds me of pizza right now. But as you know, as I mentioned, that it's good for like sauces like spaghetti sauce or pizza sauce and all that. They actually have a picture of like some kind of pasta dish with the oregano. You can put it in or as like a garnish if you want. My first time growing any type of oregano. So I look forward to seeing how this one comes out. And let's see, what was the other thing I picked up yesterday? Yesterday, the other thing I picked up was another spearmint plant. Move oregano out of the way. Was a spearmint plant. Now, the spearmint plant is typically used for um, a mojito, which I will be making lots of, and I do make my own mojitos. I made them in the past, and I do currently have a spearmint plant growing that's regrowing from last year. So, but you can never have too much, and I like just having a nice fresh plant sometimes when it comes to things like herbs. So you want to get the good flavors. But the other one is doing this thing coming back, and like I said, mojitos will be in my future. um, and these plants were, I didn't know this, but they were on sale for $4 each. So I think it was like three for 12. So even though I didn't get three because I didn't know that until I got to the checkout, they still rang up $4. So I paid $4 each for the first two that I showed you, the oregano and this. And these are the 19.3 ounce um size of the herbs, and they do have some a little bit bigger for some things, so it just depends. All right, so what I picked up today, starting with this good old citronella. Now I've had a citronella plant in the past, and it actually grew really well back when I lived in Herndon, which was years ago. But it grew really, really nicely, so I'm going to try it again. If nothing else, I just love the smell of the citronella. Yes, and of course it keeps away mosquitoes. So we love that. So I will show you this one. Oops, it's covered in dirt. There we go. It actually says what it says, citronella mosquito plant, because it will keep those mosquitoes away. And some, I think mint also will keep some other varieties. It will definitely keep help keep wasp away. So you can spray mint. Like I said, essential oils work. And I actually sprayed it and watched them like kind of go try to go back to that area, and then they like jump back when they got near the scent. So it really does work, and that's a natural remedy. You know, some people, if you're not big into using chemicals, because maybe you have pets or maybe you just don't want to have chemicals near, you, around you, you have children, whatever, mint will work. So mint, lemongrass, those types of things. And you can also Google that, but it works. So citronella is for the mosquitoes. We love that, and I'm definitely going to put that away because a big mosquito flew into my house the other day. From it was on the door, and that's one thing I hate. We have dark, like navy doors, and so at night or that in between time, we do have like a porch light thing, or like when you come up, I have like a garden style apartment. So when you walk up the stairs, um, the little center section, there is a light there, but it's on a timer. And so when the time changes, like the springing forward and swinging back, sometimes the time in which the light comes on, it's already dark, or dusk, and so it's hard to see like a mosquito, which is usually like brown or whatnot, the big ones, resting on a dark blue door. It just kind of blends in. So when I open my door to go in, so the mosquito flies in too. So I might want to figure out how to get some citronella around my door too, because I that annoys me so much. But yeah, citronella, $4. The other thing I picked up, this one is, I think, the catnip. Yes, I'm excited about this. Do I have a cat right now? No, my cat actually lives with my friend. Um, and so she has two cats. She has hers and mine. And I told her, I was like, I'm going to be their pusher, if you know what I'm talking about. If you're not familiar with catnip, and there's actually a cat on here, the best way I can explain this is catnip is like weed for cats. So they really love it. And it's so funny to watch them when they get some, or if you give them like a toy that has catnip or whatever, just their reaction is hilarious. But for humans, you can also use it in a tea. So you can also so you can make like a catnip tea. But again, I'm gonna be making this for the cats. I'm gonna grow it and then maybe figure out some cute little ways to make it and send it to a friend for the cats. And I also have another friend that has a cat. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be the cat pusher, cat dealer, catnip dealer here. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get this one, also $4. And move these over. I also picked up the snap peas, the sugar snap peas. So these are green peas, sugar snap peas. I actually do have the seeds of these, but I just a little update on the seed situation. None of my seeds that I planted, like the starters, I did the collard and oregano. None of those have sprouted yet. I'm still gonna leave them over there and see if it does eventually. But none of those have sprouted yet. I don't know if it's gonna be a failure or success. So I went ahead and bought the sugar snap pea one, even though I do own the seeds, and I may try some other ones later. I think my technique was a little off, especially with the first set when I put them in the bigger things and not the seed starters. So we'll see. But this is a sugar snap pea. It's pretty decent size, and I can see now like these little stringy looking things. These will eventually, I believe, turn into pea pods. And the thing about sugar snap peas, I'm from the country, so with sugar snap peas, you can actually just eat these off the vine, like just snap them off and eat them, and they are good. Um, some of my friends, we took a tour somewhere, and at a school, and they had like a garden area. And so one of my other coworkers is from Georgia, and so she's also a country girl. And so when we got to the sugar snap peas, we took some off and we were eating them, raw. And so people were like, my other girl, they were looking like you're eating them, they're not cooked. We're like, they're sweet, like they're sugar snap peas, like that's why they're called that, because they are sweet. And I'm just trying to show you guys the label. So green peas, sugar and so they're good. Um, Good, and that's why they have the name snap peas. So you snap them off, eat them. All right, and the last thing that I picked up is rosemary. So I had rosemary before. It died, like it made it through the winter, and then it died like when the weather started changing. Weird, but either way, I like rosemary. I love the scent of rosemary, and I also cook with it. So it's really cool when you can just like go outside and pick some herbs and then come right in your kitchen and cook up a dish. And so I used it with the chicken. It tastes delicious. So I love that. So I just bought another rosemary. It looks like some of these gnats, and that's another reason why I want to replant these quickly and get them out of my house, because and this is also $4, and all of these again were the 19.3 ounce size. Yeah. And so I think the sale is 3 for $12 right now. But even if you buy something that's not in the set, like say I bought 4, I still only paid $4 for each one. So like my total, um yeah, I only paid like $4 for each one. So excellent. And then I bought another like support gate because I have the peppers out there, which are coming along. They're going to need the gates. You guys saw last week, I've already gated the tomatoes because they're starting to flower. So that means tomatoes will start coming in. So I'm getting them already setting up their supports. Probably going to go ahead and gate the peppers, at least the ones in the red gallon buckets tomorrow. I'm not gonna do it tonight. I'll probably do it tomorrow because they are starting to get to the point where I can see it looks like it might start to branch out into peppers. So I'm gonna go ahead and get their support set up. The snap peas will need support, and nothing else over here will need support because it's just an herb. Um, I think, yeah, nothing else will need support. I was trying to avoid getting something else that needed support because I already have 3 pepper plants, and 2 tomatoes. All of those need support gates. And so I was trying to avoid adding to that, but I think I will be okay for now because I have 3 more gates that I just purchased. Um, so yeah, that was my haul for the past couple of days, and I can still smell that citronella. It smells wonderful. And I'm going to repot these. The herbs will be on the thing where my other like mint and stuff is, and then I will put I don't know, the sugar snap pea. I think I might actually put it in the middle between the 2 tomato plants. I was going to reserve that space for the collards. I don't think I'm going to do collards this year, or at least not right now. So I am going to probably put the sugar snap pea there because it will need a support. So, and I don't think anything else does. No, they don't. So, because oregano will be bushy, so it'll be fine to be in a container. So I'm going to add that sugar snap pea in the middle. If you've seen some of my videos, you probably wondered like where the 2 tomatoes are, and then there's like an open space. There was nothing there. So now it's going to be the sugar snap pea. That will be everything, and then the others will go into containers that will sit on the back for the most part. That's everything that I got. Again, let me know down below what are some things that you are growing, whether it's Aerogarden, in your garden, outdoor, indoor, whatever it is. Let me know what are some things you're growing. I am looking forward to my garden and having so many edibles. And when I say edibles, I mean last time I focused more on just herbs, which of course are edibles, but actually having like food like tomatoes and peas and hopefully peppers as well. So we'll see how that turns out. Can't wait to continue to share the progress with you guys. But again, please be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy content like this. And I don't know if I'm going to add on anything to this one. I may just leave this as is for this Sunday, and I may just do like a overview of what they currently look like a few days from now. So on Sunday, when you see this, you'll probably just see, after this wraps up, you'll probably just see what they look like once they've been repotted. But again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. All right, y'all. I just want to give you guys a quick Aerogarden check-in. As you can see, my spinach is actually flowering, and it's creating pollen. Like literally everything in life makes pollen. I'm like, you can't get away from it outside. Now my spinach is like, oh, we're gonna bring the fun inside. So one thing I will say about the spinach, it did grow, and as you can see, the other one's growing as well. I don't know what caused it to sprout so quickly because it only had produced like 3 maybe good leaves so far. So it still seemed kind of young, but it grows quickly once it gets started, and it's sprouting. So I am going to cut that down, but I wanted to show you guys so you could see it and you can see the pollen is there. I'm like, I have never had something bring pollen on the inside. But anyway, we have that. And then there's also my romaine, which is regrowing. And I can do a little salad right there with that. So I might do that tonight. Who knows? But I just want to show you guys, it's been going for 53 days. And that's mainly the romaine and that first spinach. This other one, remember, I started that later on, so it's still growing. But I would say probably from this experience with the spinach, I would just stick to growing that normally, like from seed or whatnot, but not in the Aerogarden. Or I may use the Aerogarden as a starter, and I may even try and transplant this particular one since it's still kind of just getting started, and see if it makes it over, if it'll just grow, normally from, because they are from seed. I put my own seeds in there, so we'll see how that goes. And Arrow Garden does sell the seed starter like trays and also the little soil pods. I just didn't purchase those. These are just the regular ones, but I may try that later on down the line for some other things. So these were two things that I tried to start from seed, and I think I did it wrong, especially for this one. So that was my first time trying it out. So I don't think anything's going to happen, but I had them here so they could catch the growth lights. And same thing, these were the three that I had under the growth lights on the table over there, and nothing has occurred with them either. And that is actually seed starting soil that these three are in. Now the other ones are just in regular soil. So I kind of planted it like if you were to go outside and just drop some seeds in. That's oregano and then collards in this other one. But for these, I did, they're in the pots where you're supposed to seed start, and I used the Jiffy seed starting soil, but nothing happened. And I think that's more on my era. Maybe the lights weren't what they needed to be or whatnot, but we'll see. So I'll probably try again. So first time for everything. And as we know, sometimes when it comes to growing things, fails happen, and it's okay. I just want to give you guys a little update with the Arrow Garden mainly. Um, and as you can see, you'll see the balcony garden and all the other updates as well. All right, y'all. I don't know where this will be in the vlog and the video, but this is just a continuation. You guys know I started earlier this week, and here we are today. It's actually Saturday, April 19th. And so I am going to share the balcony garden. That'll be at the end. And that is the current status of the garden as of Saturday. Um, and I went to hop on one more time to show you guys what a couple of things that I picked up recently that I am also using with, or will be using with, my balcony garden items. So the first one, I keep forgetting to mention this, Jobe's tomatoes fertilizer spikes. Now these, I've used Jobe's before, and I use them for my house plants as well. Jobe's is a natural fertilizer. Absolutely love them, had great luck with them, but this one is specifically for tomatoes. They do have some that are specific for certain plants or vegetables or whatever, and then they have like a generic, for any vegetables, but this one is specific to tomatoes. And all they are is little spikes. It comes in a resealable bag. I ordered these off Amazon, but I know that they do sell Joe's at like Walmart. I got my houseplant ones from Walmart. I even found them at Dollar Tree, if you can catch them. So they do have them. You just have to find them. It's just easier to get them off Amazon for this particular one. So this is what they look like. And all you have to do is just like stick it down into the soil. And I put them in my two tomato plants that are um, out in the balcony garden. And I promise you guys, like the next day, they look like they had grown like double. Now I will say the soil that is in that raised garden bed, the three sections with two tomatoes, and now my sweet snap peas. That particular soil that I use, that is Miracle-Gro organic raised garden bed soil, and it does have fertilizer and nutrients in it as well. But this adds to it, and I definitely have seen more growth from the tomatoes, quicker growth from the tomatoes, as you guys will see in the update. They are flowering now, so that is a good sign. That means that hopefully tomatoes will start to form in the near future. So hopefully I'll be giving you updates soon with actual tomatoes growing there. But the plant itself is growing. I've already gated them so that they will have support as it grows. So yeah, just wanted to throw those out there. And I think I paid like $5.99 for these off Amazon. But like I said, you can find this stuff at Dollar Tree if you can catch it. And it's like $1. Well, now $1.25, now $1.75. I think is the new price. But you can still get them, and Walmart does carry them also for a pretty decent price. The other thing I wanted to share, I picked up from Aldi. Yes, Aldi. So if you have an Aldi in your area, please make sure that you check their aisle where it's just like random stuff, like household stuff, clothing, all of that, where it's not the grocery, because they have garden stuff. Like when I walked in my Aldi the other day, because I just picked these up earlier this week, they had in like rose plants and all kinds of things. They have like a full on like garden stuff. If you didn't have any garden stuff and you were just maybe new to gardening, you're like, I just want to try a little something, Aldi got you. They even got greenhouses. They have that you can put outside. I was debating on it because it's only like $40 for the greenhouse, which is awesome. And then they also had like big planters. They had flowers if you want to do more of a flower garden situation, or maybe flowers outside on your patio or balcony, whatever. They had plenty of flower starters. They had these cute, and I still may go back and get it for the kitchen, but they had these cute little herb growing. It was a 3-pack, and it came in. You could either get green, black, or white. And it was a 3-piece little pot set that you could grow like herbs and things in. And so you can put it outside. It's small enough for outdoor, but it also, I was thinking of like, you know, how people grow herbs and things in the kitchen. It would be cute for that as well. So if you're new to gardening, that's something that's cute. And I think it was only $4.99 for that 3-piece set. And it's just 3 little plastic planters. They're small, kind of square. And then they have like the tray, so you can put it on there and grow your herbs. And it's good for indoor or outdoor. But these that I want to talk about were the plant clips. These were only $2.99, and you get 30 in a pack, 15 large, 15 small, depending on your needs. And I'm going to use these once my tomatoes get larger, and peppers as well when they need to be attached to the support to the gate. Then I'm just going to use this. And these work, they just have like a little clip. And when I do get to the point that that I am actually using them, I'll make sure to show them to you in action. But just to show you like how they work, I think this is one of the larger, oops, or small. So this is what it looks like. And then this part you just use to open and then put it around your plant, and you can use it to attach like your plant, the stem of your plant to the gate or support post or whatever it is that you're using. And like I said, it comes in, you get 30 in a pack for $2.99, and they come with 15 larger plants, and you get 15 for small clips. It says secure plants to stakes, metal structures, or wood. Ideal for use indoor and outdoor. So these are wonderful. I've seen these on Amazon as well, and they were a little bit more expensive. I think they would have been like $5.99 or $6.99. And I'm so glad I waited because I almost ordered some, and I'm glad I waited and went to Aldi. Wasn't even looking for them, just browsing the aisle, and came across these $2.99 in the cart. They went, and I'm so happy. I will not need 30 of them or even 15 of them, but it's nice to have, and they are like a good have a good sturdiness to them, as you can see, so you can definitely reuse these from year to year, after year. So I will highly recommend them if you do see them, and if you have an Aldi nearby. They're by the brand Garden Line, and they're just plant clips. And again, you get 30, 15 large, and 15 small. All right, so those are the only things I just want to hop on to share, like what I'm using in my garden. I've already shown the soil like before I planted earlier on, so you can watch one of the older videos if you're curious about like what soil am I using and all of that stuff. It's all Miracle Grow, organic, either the raised bed or just the one for like the vegetables and outdoor whatever. There are different types. So if you're new to gardening, one thing I do want to note is that there are different types. You have in-ground soil, which is literally what it says if you're planting in ground. So make sure if you're doing containers that you are picking the correct soil for container gardening. But other than that, those are the things I wanted to show you. And now we'll hop over to the balcony garden to take us out.